All right. Vinyl Conversations. Hello, everyone. How are you today on this Sunday? Welcome to another edition of Vinyl Conversations. You know what it is. We are your hosts. I'm Latifa. That's Tamarisha over there.
What's good?
Oh, the peace sign, the peace sign, the peace sign.
I'm not waving to y'all.
Only on After Dark she's waving. On After Dark, that's when she's waving.
Or if you buy me lunch on that Cash App, I'm a wave. So I'll wave to you specifically.
That part. So, all right. So the get down. You know what we do here at Vinyl Conversations. This is the home of where we talk about that track, the lyrics on a specific track. You know, whatever it is, whatever genre it is, we're talking about the lyrics. So let's get into it. Let's get the disclaimer stuff out the way. We do not own the rights to any of this music. It's for entertainment, educational purposes only. Facebook, please don't mute the song.
We do not own the rights to this music. It is for educational and entertainment purposes only. That's all I got.
That's it. So without further ado, you guys, we got to bring in our special guest for the show today. Please welcome the members of Full Force. We have Gerry in the building. We have Lou in the building. Hey, guys.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up, y'all?
Hey.
Hey. Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Vinyl Conversations.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So if any young people are in the house, they're like, vinyl, what the hell are they talking about?
It's definitely not a new word.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So look, so that's why we play the music for them.
Got it.
Yeah. Get them up to
now you can go into Target and they got vinyl, which is
man. Yeah,
it was so weird when I saw it. You know, like you never really saw that going into Target.
Yeah.
But I went to Target and I was in the section with the video, the movies and the games and stuff. And I was like, yo, they had the whole setup and then they had these vinyl records. And I'm like, yo, when did this become a thing at Target?
Yeah, definitely a thing again. Thank God.
That is awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the share. We're going to play a little bit of the song that we're talking about today, so the group members will know, and then we'll get into the lyrics. So let's get into it. Man.
Anyway.
What's wrong?
That's it.
I don't recollect that song.
I was starting to get busy. That was all. Oh man.
I can't recall doing that song.
You don't recall doing that song? Oh man, y'all, the show over. Let's go. Let's just go.
That was a little while ago.
So,
that was a little while ago.
So look, that song is like iconic. It's iconic. So how did this happen? Did you guys write this song before the actual movie? Like, how did this happen?
So listen, before Gerry, because Jerry's going to do the most talking. Because Gerry is one. No. I'll tell you why. No.
Anyone that knows any of us knows that ain't true.
No. No, listen. The reason why Jerry's going to do most of the talking because Gerry is the one that wrote the lyrics of this iconic song. And when we came out with the song, it wasn't even on the. We didn't even do it for the movie, but the writers, but the producers and the director, which is the Hudlin brothers of the movie House Party, which me and my other two brothers were actors. We played the House Party bullies. But Full Force, which is 6 members, myself, Baby Gerry, Shy, Kurt, B Fine, and Paul Anthony, we're Full Force, the group. So we're the ones that performed Ain't My Type of Hype, and Gerry wrote the lyrics and did the track for Ain't My Type of Hype. So the crazy thing, before I let Gerry continue, is that song became iconic thanks to the movie. It's because of the movie House Party that Ain't My Type of Hype is our most popular Full Force song in our career. And it's still relevant today. They still play it. You see it on TikTok. It's ridiculous. But the funny thing about it was, and people will always make fun of this, they said, man, the 3 bullies from Full Force, they were trying to get into the House Party and the Kid and Play wouldn't let them in, even though they were playing their music.
Right. Right.
But the Hudlin brothers loved the song so much, they wanted to use it as the dance battle for House Party, and the rest is history. But Baby Gerry's the one that wrote the words. And the funny thing about it, though, even though people love the song so much and they dance to it and they groove to it, obviously most of them don't listen to the lyrics because we're not really celebrating. We're not really celebrating women, the type of women, because Gerry's saying basically, you ain't my type of hype. But yet everybody's rollicking and the women are loving the song. So Gerry, you take it from here.
No, that's the funny part. That's why I'm sitting there going, man, what headspace was I in?
Man,
because now I think everything's my kind of hype.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
I'm sitting there going, what I thinking? What kind of experience did I have? You know what I mean? That threw me.
So she wasn't your type of hype, but now you like, come get it. Anybody can get it now. So before you had standards, now you like everybody can get it. Everybody's my type of hype. Come get it, girl.
Yeah, it was definitely a different mind state, but nah, it's funny. I guess around that time, what year is that, Lou? You remember?
That was 89, 90.
Wow. So I guess right around that time, I guess there was that thing. You kind of had hip hop making a kind of a left turn into, you know what I mean? You saw more women involved. But you also started seeing videos and you started seeing, you know, how women were represented in those videos. And so it was there was always kind of a divide, I guess, right around then. You know what I mean? You kind of saw where it was heading. A lot of the lyrics kind of went that way too with different hip hop songs. So I just tried to maybe just go the other way with it and think, you know what I mean? But like I said, I don't think it came. Hopefully, it didn't come from personal experience. Thank God I can't remember what threw me in that direction lyrically. But
terrible.
No, wait a minute. Wait. Gerry, those lyrics you wrote, you must have been upset with some female.
That's what I'm saying.
Because look, why don't we break down those lyrics for everybody? The first lyric is "Act your age, not the size of the pants you wear." Now, what the hell does that mean, Gerry? First of all, everybody, I just like that song. I love women. Go, Gerry.
I'm gonna let your Gerry go, and then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say what my interpretation is after Gerry says his. So go ahead.
Like I said, it must have been an experience. But once again, I wasn't kind of dogging the women in videos or that had a certain look, or it was more like, I guess, the aggressiveness, the don't trust a big butt and a smile.
So basically, when you saying act your age, not the size of your pants, you saying like just because a girl got a big booty and a smile don't mean she still ain't 12.
Exactly. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Lou over there smiling because he's just like,
feel free to save me all you can. Feel free to save me. I don't want to have no Twitter battles. I'm doing enough of that on the political side right now. So I don't,
So since Lou already gave us the first two lines, I'm gonna just keep going, and then we're gonna talk about a little bit more of Jerry's.
Now it's mine. Downhill from here. Here we go.
So he did say, "Act your age, not the size of the pants you wear. So tight. You look right. First of all, we gonna get back to that. But getting everywhere you walk around with your head up in the sky. Oh, why you want to mess around with so many guys? We used to have fun. Thought you'd be the one to be by my side, but oh, I was wrong. I thought your love was strong, but it was so weak that I could not complete. Girl, you're such a freak.
Wow.
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay.
Oh, man, you calling a girl a hoe, Jerry?
Wait.
Yeah, for the record, the lyrics that we have says H-O-O-O-H. So it don't say H-O-E, but the E is implied. The E is implied.
Right. But there's the H-O-E is in the song somewhere, as Jerry will explain. Go ahead. You're acting like a...
Yeah.
Oh, you acting like a hoe? Where is this?
See, what's funny is this is kind of enlightening because probably by the end of this whole thing, I'm gonna remember who this was actually next to. I'm gonna be like,
if you messing with so many guys, didn't get you there. I don't know.
Yeah. That I
so
was
what girl was messing with you, but she was messing with so many guys that you decided, like, I'm gonna write a song about this.
There you go.
Oh,
it had to be that. But yeah, and once again, being on the road like we were, being on tour, you kind of run up on that. That was kind of our daily existence back then. You know what I mean?
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. You stated
on the road, on tour. I was the only one in the group, and it's a group of 6 men. I was the only one in the group that right after the show, I'd go to my hotel room with my Bible and chill.
Whoa! Bring this back. Bring this back to Marisha over here in the top corner. Now I got a question. So now you the meme of so when they be like black men on Friday nights, this is you with your mic.
Yep.
So now when you get struck by lightning in a minute.
Exactly.
So
Lou is so bad, he used to announce the hotel we were in during the show. How about that?
So you wanted these hoes
on stage, but I did that for the fellas. So
because you was going.
What I used to do on stage, it was so funny because in our stage show, the 6 of us, when we performed, that's why our name was Full Force, because we always gave a powerful stage show. And it would always end with my brother Paul Anthony, the one that played Stab in the movie House Party. He would always do a strip on stage. He would take off the front, the shirt, and then I would say, ladies, how many of you would like to see Paul Anthony pull it down? And they would go, pull it down. And he'd pull down his pants and he would reveal a G-string. And he would do like bodybuilding poses. And the place used to go crazy. And then Paul would say, now, anybody y'all want to help me with my loneliness at the hotel? Oh, but I can't say the name of the hotel. And then I'll jump on the mic and say, oh, yeah, we can't mention the name of the hotel where we're staying, which is the Hilton at such. Stupid.
Oh, man. But you did all of that for the other 5 members.
Yeah,
right. Just for that.
Solely for our
I feel your truthful lie coming in from wherever you at. Because I'm not buying it, but it's okay.
I know.
I'm not buying it even a little bit. But that's cool. So he did you was the hype man and you got the women to come backstage. So Gerry was in the midst of trying to find this chick, and he it sounded like he really liked her. And then she found out she was going to the hotel that he was taking on after the show.
I never picked the wrong ones. He can tell you, he can attest to that. All of them could be like, yeah, there go Gerry again with the not that one.
Like, Gerry had this girl. I mean, not like he had this girl, but there was this girl that traveled to all of our shows, and for Gerry, not that Gerry brought her there, but she went tracking down Gerry. And I think something happened where her parents or cops or something came or something like that, Gerry. I mean, you didn't do nothing to her, but I'm saying she was missing in action.
Yeah. She was a groupie tour.
It got a little scary for a minute. It got a little scary, man. We had it was cops involved and stuff. But no, it things like that happened. We heard stories about things like that happening with everybody else. Right. But yeah, like you said, at that point, lyrically, I think that's kind of where just the accumulation of all of that, dealing with different types. You know, they were great girls on the road. They were women that, you know, connect themselves. We loved every one of them that came through, but yeah, there were some that either, you know, sparked that kind of lyrical content, and they were like, you know, I thought you were this way, and you know, come to find out.
Come to find out,
he was doing Bible study with Lou before she came along.
She was on her knees praying.
Hilarious Bible study with Lou.
Come get on your knees in Lou's room and let's pray.
Look at her. Come get on your knees.
Yeah, y'all about to get us in big trouble.
This our show. Ain't no trouble.
Oh man,
this is mythical. Remember, this is entertainment and educational purposes. Okay. Ain't none of this for real.
Yeah, jokes.
Look, we get into the bottom of the lyrics. So with that being said, so how old were you around this time? Because it's kind of like, you know, like show experience, personal experience mixed in together, but it was an experience that brought on this song per se.
Yeah, I'm thinking what 20 something.
Yeah, Gerry, I think you had to be 20 then, and I was like 7. But bottom line is
that wait. So you were 7 in House Party, looking like the oldest high school.
Well, I got left back.
I just want to put that out there because we were like, these dudes in House Party can't be going to the same school. Who are these guys?
I know.
Graduating 10 times over. They out here.
That was great.
I just want to let you know that everybody thinks that y'all was like way too old to play them characters.
Okay. We knew that. But see, that never stopped anybody from loving the movie. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
And we would always tell people we were super seniors. So, you know, it's all good.
Super seniors.
That's a good one.
Our 6th tour as a senior. Y'all don't know what we know.
Hey, don't trip, because there were some seniors like that.
Yeah,
there were some super seniors. They just went to continuation school.
You know how we felt if you was 19 and a senior. We were like, damn, how many times you been to school?
Definitely the troublemakers. Nah, but I think that was around the age, man. So I was like literally, and I was a late bloomer to begin with.
So that's why you was in your feelings when you wrote this.
Yeah, man, because it literally, I mean, think about it. I was right out of high school, right, Lou? When I was going to Roosevelt, got out of high school, and then all of a sudden the music's taking off, and we're talking about tours, and I'm like, wow, what's going on? You know what I mean? So it all kind of hit us, you know, all of a sudden. We weren't prepared for anything like that. So we were just out there like, this is fun. You know what I mean? So
Right.
But you know, I'm thinking
7, so he was having a great time.
He's an extra great time.
But you know, I'm thinking when Gerry wrote the words, because right after you're acting like a right after that, we go right into the hook. You look so good. So even though she's looking so good and so fine, we still double back and go, but ain't my type of baby. So in other words, we're not getting we're getting tempted, but for so much. You know what I mean? Because he's still saying, even if you see the video, which you can see on YouTube on Vivo, when they're dancing with all the women, I mean, all kind of women and everything like that. But then at the end of the video, we kind of wave goodbye to them, like later for them, because they ain't my type of hype, which is crazy. I mean, we knew what the song was about, but when you see it in the dance battle for House Party, ain't nobody thinking about the damn lyrics except
not even a little bit
at all.
But it worked though. It worked for what it was supposed to work for.
Yeah.
In the second, I'm not gonna go over the hook. I'm just gonna get down a little bit to the end of the second verse when it says, "Don't play with the sucker you think I am. A girl like you just has to have more than one man. This I know, but I can't hang, girl. The type of hype thank you giving ain't the way I'm living, baby." So clearly, this chick is really whatever you were feeling at this moment. Like she really was like. Now she think you a sucker, you know what I mean? And the type of girl you think that she just has to have, and then you come like, yo, like you ain't my type of hype. Like that's not what I deal with. Like
and that's once again, that's just kind of the experiences and the, you know what I mean. But what I think you just said it kind of worked so well within the scope of everything. Like when I look now at the video and the comments on the YouTube and stuff. And it's funny how, like, at each point of the song, like, the people remember certain lines in the movie, and they yell out "switch," and they do it. You know what I mean? So it's like these different. And I'm like, man, props to the Hudlin brothers just for keying that in and making it work that well, where it's almost like cult. There's like a cult following, kind of like people know it's certain parts of the song. This happens on that. It's crazy to me that you know.
It most definitely is that. Is part of hip hop history. Like you said, a lot of things were in motion at that time for music, especially. And then when you put somebody like Kid and Play in the middle, and then you add you guys to that mix, it's just like there's nothing less than classic. Like this is a lot of people's absolute favorite movie because of the music, because of the plot, because of the actors. You know what I mean? Because of everything. You know what I mean? Like. You got Robin Harris in there, like you know what I mean, like that's classic. That is hip hop culture without question.
Worked too well, man. Worked really, really well, man. And I always tell people that, like today, like I love a lot of the newer stuff, but there's a certain something about when you hear what I call dance hip hop. When it kind of
and that's what
you know what I mean. Like automatically, it's just like that's movement hip hop. Certain things that came out 89, 90, then right into the mid 90s, and everything was kind of moving a little different. You know what I mean? It made you move a certain way, it made you do certain dances, and you know, so some of that's still there. You know what I mean with the newer stuff, but it's few and far between. They kind of make up the dances to go with the track. Back then, it was just free for all. You know what I mean? You know, basement party type.
Right? Because literally. Right, because literally when this song comes on, you can play it without the lyrics, and you're you know, you want to know.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that, and that's the type of song this is.
You want to jump into that running man?
So it's definitely one of our members' favorite movies. Shout out to you, Niche. That's your favorite movie. And someone said the song went perfect with what Kid was going through in the movie because he was having a hard time. You know, with the group, low key with the group.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were his type of hype. He had his mind focused on what he was focused on. So that wasn't what he was trying to hear. So
crazy.
So the third part of the lyrics we're gonna do, and then we're gonna ask y'all some questions and let y'all take over a little bit. It says, we used to be tight. Everything was right. Used to make love each and every night. We were so good to go, but understand this ain't no fashion show. You acting like a hoe. There it is, Lou. There it is, Lou again. You acting like a hoe.
What's going on, man?
And you know so funny, Jerry? You're saying the lyrics, you acting like a hoe, after you're saying, we used to be so tight, making love every night. So definitely this woman hurt him or something, you know?
Right.
Remember how those pages
if
in
you
those
remember who you are,
lines. That's crazy.
Contact me if you remember who you were. Like,
He said contact him. Y'all heard it from Gerry here. He said if you was the girl back then when he wrote this song, hit him up because he need to know why he did what you did.
I'm really thinking about it. Like, gotta be somebody.
Look, this is therapy right now. He's healing.
Exactly,
He's healed.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Closure. I need some closure.
Where your Bible at, Lou? Help him out. Give him a Bible verse, make him feel better.
Funny.
You got nothing, Lou? I mean, you was in the Bible the whole tour, so
True that.
You know, it's just a basic song, man, that when you break, and it's so funny because, like Gerry, like you said, when you look at the comments, like on YouTube or anywhere where the video's at, the comments will be hilarious because you will have that person, like a few of them though, but they'll go, hey, I wonder if everybody get what these lyrics of this song is really about. You know, do you ever see those, Gerry? Yeah. It's so funny because nobody thinks about the lyrics. Or then you get from the young millennials, they'll say after seeing the video, they'll go, oh my God, I didn't know the house party bullies could sing and dance. What? That's so funny. You know, they don't know.
Oh man.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Because the way you guys were in the movie was just like it was necessary. Like these dudes spent their whole day running from the super seniors. They were gonna kick his ass.
Exactly. No, man.
It was definitely like I said, legendary with our age group for sure. You know,
Appreciate it.
And even my kids, you know, have seen that movie and are entertained by that, which lets you know that it's definitely timeless.
Wow, appreciate that.
It is.
It
is.
Lucky to be involved, man.
It's part of the hip hop culture.
Gerry, what's the lyrics of the rap? Because you know the song opens up with the rap and it sounds like a cartoon character that does the rap in the beginning of the song. But it's really Baby Gerry doing the rap as well. A lot of people don't know. Yeah. A lot of people think that was my voice, but I'm like, no, that's Gerry. I mean, I do that on the shows, but Jerry's the one that did the rap, and he just sped up his vocals on it. But say those lyrics of that rap, Gerry.
Which I don't even remember. Which one?
In the beginning of "Ain't My Type of Hype."
Oh, well, how'd that go again?
Wow, Gerry.
Come on, Gerry.
I don't remember it.
Gerry forgot his Gerry.
You look good.
Before you got on here.
Yeah, you look good. Can you cook good? So let's take it there. Yeah, you look good, but can you cook good? In other words, yeah, you're fine, but damn it, are we going to have microwave supper again or what?
Exactly.
Wow. So,
yeah, you look good, but can you cook?
That couldn't clean. I mean, my bad. I'm thinking about WAP. So
WAP. Exactly.
I'm thinking about WAP.
Got that ring anyway. How about that?
That's the number one song in America. WAP is the number one song in America and all over the world.
Listen, I was talking to someone earlier about the WAP still being number one, and then I had told him last week to watch the video. So this week he was like, "The song ain't number one, the video is number one."
Yeah. Everything worked with that, man. People were waiting to see them two together. It was just like same thing happened when I saw them collaborating. I was like, "Wonder what this is gonna sound like." And I saw the video at the first time me listening to the whole song. I was like, "Oh, this is out of control." I was like, "Okay."
The private videos where you gotta watch your back. Like, what the hell?
That's crazy. Yeah. Anyway,
so this chick she made food in the microwave.
Yeah.
I got lost. I got sidetracked by the no cook, don't clean type of thing. So this chick did it, and she has some things going on.
Yeah, you look good. Okay, you're good. Do you read, or is your brain like wood?
That's another thing. So he's asking these questions. He's asking these questions to this girl. Obviously, something personal. Because do you look at it? Can you cook good? Do you read, or is your brain liquid? In other words, are you dumb or what?
Is you just cute? Are you just cute and there's hollow inside? That's what you're like.
Exactly.
This was a pre-interview I was doing. I was trying to find out more about her.
You cannot make this up right now. Like
I'm trying to remember as we go along. What is this thing? These are good. Do you have sex?
Or do you make love? So in other words, do you have sex or do you make love? Because obviously there's a difference. There's a difference between sex and make love. I mean, you do the same action, but it's a difference. Am I right, baby Gerry?
Yes, you're absolutely right, Lou. It's one of the things. It's a matter of who you with and what the preferences are. But you know, right. You know, back then, once again, it was more about what's your regular MO. You know what I mean? Is that your thing? Yeah.
It was like that back then, but now it is anybody can get it for you, Gerry. Right? You don't have no. You don't have a type. I ain't got no type.
There you go. I'm swallowing them right now. Bring it on. Come on.
Okay, so wait. So what was your type back then?
Kinda. No. Honestly, once again, being that young and in high school, I think I was kind of not shocked. It's like I knew women of a certain type existed, but I didn't have a preference. Look-wise, it was more like that type of girl. It was more shy, more reserved, more, you know, the ones that kind of was in the back when the rest of them over here. I was kind of like, who's that over there? You know what I mean? But quick to get fooled, you know what I'm saying? Because like you've heard the saying, sometimes the quiet ones are the ones you got to watch. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, I always went for that, and then ended up 2 days later going, I didn't see that coming. You know?
Why she didn't tell me she was at Bible study with Lou?
Exactly. Like, how did that happen? 0 to 100 quick like that. I'm like, yeah. So yeah, that's an act.
Oh, Gerry, you just wrote the song. Let me talk to Lou. He be on the mic.
Exactly. All that.
So before we get into whatever else you guys whatever lie got going on, I always like to ask this question because it always brings out, and I feel like for you guys it's gonna bring out the best in both of you. So the question is, when did you guys know that you were famous? Like, at what point did you know, like, man, like this is it, like we made it, people know who we are? Was it a show you attended? Was it a girl who was at Bible study with you? You know what I mean? Like, when did you guys know? Like, you know what I mean? Like, was you in your hometown doing a show, or some random person came up to you and was like, "Hey, let me get an autograph"? Like, when did you know that was the point of fame?
I don't know, Lou. You got one? I'm like so many parts.
You have more than one. I would just like to know, like, what that was and what that felt like for you all.
I mean, for me, real quick, sometimes it came from, there's various instances, but I would think like people that we look up to and certain icons in music, when you realize they kind of realize who you are, that kind of freaks you out a little bit. You know, you're in the studio, like you happen to run across David Bowie's in the studio, and, you know, and then it's like certain things happen. It's like, oh yeah, I know Bruce Springsteen. Oh, you guys, Brooklyn. And we're like, what? You know what I mean? Like stuff like that literally happened throughout. We'd be at different places and we're turning around like, how does that even, you know what I mean? But yeah, so for me, that's kind of it. It's more like we appreciate fans, and when people like turn out for a show, and that's like amazing. You see a lot of people, but yeah, when you're not expecting people, you're you know, icons that you follow, you grew up listening to kind of recognize it. That's like, wow, that's crazy. You know what I mean? So.
Well, for me, is when I heard, like, remember the way we came up through the ranks, we came up as, you know, writers and producers first. And then everybody discovered us as a group, because I'll never forget, you know, the three brothers, myself, my brother Paul, and B Fine, the House Party brothers, you know, our father, may he rest in peace, he passed away in April. He's the one that got us together as Full Force. And then when the three of us joined forces with our three cousins, he didn't get us together to Full Force. Back then, our name was the Amplifiers when we were little kids. But that's how far we go back performing. And then when we became Full Force with the six of us, brothers and cousins, the first thing that we did where we saw our name Full Force in a credit was on a songwriting credit of Curtis Blow, the song Basketball. And we co-wrote that song. And Gerry and Kurt played on it. So that was it. So, but we still weren't known then. Then when our former co-manager, Steve Salem, may he rest in peace, he said to us, guys, man, we're not getting a deal for Full Force, the group, but I got an idea. I think if you guys write and produce for other people, I think that's when you guys will get a deal as Full Force. I was totally against it, but the group voted me out, and I'm glad they did, because that's how we really made our bones. And what happens is that the first song we produced and the first act we actually produced was UTFO. And like we produced all their big records, and the biggest one was the first song was Roxanne, Roxanne, which my brother B Fine did the concept of that song, and that song went through the roof. Where you had a million answer back records, from Roxanne's Revenge to Roxanne's Doctor, Roxanne the Man. It was crazy. Right. And then after that, then we my brother B Fine wrote this song called I Wonder If I Take You Home, which Kurt and Gerry, they all worked on it with him, but he wrote the lyrics, and we auditioned girls to want to record this song. And my brother B always wanted a Spanish girl. You know, I tried to sneak my friend at the time, Cheryl Pepsi Riley, before we did Thanks for My Child with her. I tried to sneak her in to do that song, you know, and then I would let the guys hear her do it. But for whatever reason, she didn't end up doing it. But my brother B always wanted a Spanish girl. Mike Hughes, who was a part of Cult Jam, and he used to, because back in the day, we used to stick our pictures of Full Force all over the 5 boroughs, and we used to say Full Force is back. You know, back from where we don't know, but that's how we promoted ourselves. And Mike Hughes from Cult Jam brought us Lisa to the audition. Lisa came. She sung some songs that Mike Hughes wrote for her. They weren't good. And right before she left, because we're like, oh, damn, she just jacked up, because his songs made her sound whack. But what happened is that my brother Paul said, hey, Lisa, do you know a song that we might be more familiar with that you could sing? And Lisa sang a song called For Your Eyes Only, which was originally done by Sheena Easton. She sounded fantastic, and the rest was Lisa history. And after that, just like Steve Salem, may he rest in peace, predicted, Full Force got a record deal of its own. And we came out with our first single entitled Alice, I Want You Just For Me, which was a top 20 R&B hit. And the rest is history for us with that. But that's how everything started. And just, I'm sorry, I just went off track. Just to answer your question, when I first knew for myself is that I'm hearing the song on 98.7 KISS Radio in New York City at the time, Alice, I Want You Just For Me. I'm like, wow, in the place to be. Full Force, get busy one time. We had so many catchphrases in that song. But what really did it for me is to read the Billboard magazine of after Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam won a Grammy for Producers of the Year. That's when they did Janet Jackson and so many other hits, Human League and Alexander O'Neal. They wrote in the article, after getting interviewed, they said, well, right now, our favorite group is Full Force. They have this song called Alice, I Want You Just For Me, which is so innovative, and we love those guys. And we didn't even meet them yet. And I was like, wow. That's what I felt. I guess
that's absolutely dope.
Do you remember that, Gerry?
Yeah, man. I remember. It was like, and those were my favorite producers. You know what I mean? I'm like, every day, like freaking, you know. But yeah,
that's really awesome. We actually had Lisa on here, and she mentioned you guys.
Lisa, yeah.
And she talked very highly of you all and in her journey to where she is now. So we do know that you guys did that, and she was really cool, the same way you guys are. So I can imagine why that energy was there, because you guys present that same energy that she had when she was on the show as well. And she did say something. So Lou, you sent me this Soul Train link for All Cried Out this morning, and it says you want to chuckle. So I want to know why you thought that was funny, because I thought that shit was excellent. Like watching that just brought me back to when I was a kid, and I started singing that song to the top of my voice, including the male parts. It's like I know everything, so I'm in here like, so why you think it's funny? Like, I don't want to chuckle. I'm going to cry because I'm all cried out.
No, but you know what? You didn't. That means you didn't see the video. You didn't look at what I sent you. I mean, you probably saw the title. You saw the title.
No, I actually pushed it. YouTube took me to the Soul Train episode. That's where it took me.
But did you see what happened in the episode? Okay, next time look at it. But here's what happened, Gerry. I did a narration of when we performed on Soul Train with Lisa. And right when the song ends, you see the words that I added on there. It says, "It's not over yet."
Okay. Yeah, I didn't keep watching. You're right.
So you
I did it.
Turned it off just when we ended it, but it says it's not over yet. Keep watching. And what happened is that, and when you look at it, you're gonna start cracking up, because everybody's been cracking up. But I did a narration on it where, when Paul, as you see it, you don't notice anything. But after that, I told everybody, I said, now everybody, we're going to stop it right there before the interview. And I want everybody to see this hidden blooper with the sound off, and I'll explain. Let's roll it. So I rolled to the part where there's no music, where Paul comes up on stage to sing his part to Lisa. Because me and Paul had split parts of the male part. So he came up to sing Lisa. He takes his hand, and he's wearing a white glove, and he puts it around Lisa's hair and her earring, and it gets stuck. It's stuck right on her earring and her hair, and the glove is stuck as he's holding on to her. And then Lisa puts her hand to her ear, like either it hurts, and then she's smiling a little bit, but she knows damn well Paul's glove is stuck onto her hair and earring. So even when Lisa turns around, Paul's glove, you see, is like cemented on the back of her neck up into her earring, because it's stuck. But then, so I'm explaining all of this in that video, so go back and look at the video. So then when Lisa turns around so I could sing to her, Paul is in back of her, and this is what we're performing. He's fumbling with his glove, trying to take the shit off of her. Oh, man. And he can't do it. It's hard. And then even you see Lisa, to sing her other part, she leans over sideways because his hand and glove is still stuck to her ear, and she sings into the mic sideways. It's hilarious. And
then, I'm gonna go back. You're right.
And I'm singing to her. You see Paul in the back fumbling around, trying to unhook the glove from her earring. And just when she turns back around, like right in the nick of time, he unhooks the glove and he throws the glove to the side, and we continue on with the song. You're gonna crack the hell up. Make sure you look at that.
We're definitely gonna watch that. I was like, so he sent me a link to Soul Train. Cool.
and then another thing that I reveal in that same link, I talk about how the song was made, because Paul wrote the lyrics, and how he wrote the lyrics, how he got the inspiration is that a friend of his named Pam Smith was complaining to him about her man. Like, yeah, he's messing around behind my back. He's with these other women, Paul. I can't take it anymore. He's hurting me. She's so unfaithful. He's like, Paul, I'm all cried out. And then Paul said, wait a minute. What did you say? I'm all cried out. All cried out over you. And the rest
all she needed was a simple hello. Like, we didn't even gonna get into the lyrics of that one, because she said all she needed was a simple hello, which still resonates today. Like, all you gotta do is text me hello, and we're okay. So yeah.
Another thing, I don't know if Lisa told y'all this, because she admits it now. But I say this in the video, when Don Cornelius is speaking to her, I told everybody to look at the guys in Cult Jam, when Don Cornelius asks her how old she is, and she says 19, the guys in Cult Jam is back at her looking at each other like, yeah, you ain't no damn 19. Because when Lisa auditioned for us, she was really literally 16, you know? Like 16 or 17. Did she tell y'all that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly. She lied to us, damn it. You know, but
but she loves y'all.
We love her too. We love her too. Man. Please, we love Lisa to this day. We still communicate. You know, we communicate with all of the acts that we had. Her, Shell Pepsi Riley, UTFO. It's still like Full Force is one big family still, you know?
That's great. That's really great and really rare, especially in the music business, because there's so many things can go so wrong with that people tend to just go ahead and just split that, you know, and just cut that whole tie because it's easy to do now.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's good. So what do you guys have going on now? Even though outside closed per se, what projects you guys have going on now?
Good.
Well, I know that we have this song that we just released called "Love of a Hero," which is featuring Brian Innerfield, a young artist that we're working with, and a young white artist we're working with. Because if you know our history, after a while we said, "Damn, it's 6 members, and we split everything 6 ways. I think we better produce some white people," you know. That's what we did.
No, you so petty. Oh my gosh.
From the back, no, I'm talking about, you know, because we know at the time the boy band thing was just coming in there hot. They were making hits like all over the world. So we was able to get into that and do the Backstreet Boys, Justin Timberlake and NSYNC, Britney Spears, LFO. And we were like the first black chocolate doing all the white stuff. People were surprised to find out who was behind a lot of that. But we have this young artist named Brian Innerfield, and the name of the song that's out now, it's on all digital platforms. It's called "For the Love of a Hero," and it's 2 versions. One version is dedicated to the first responders with this whole crazy pandemic, and another version is dedicated to the late great Kobe Bryant. So you know, it's dope, and we got videos for both versions as well.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's so cool. So what?
So when eyes open up, or is there going to be any touring going on? Are you guys going to be doing that? Where can we find you guys at?
Well, we hope so. We hope so. After the whole pandemic thing is over, we hope, because we still perform to this day. You know, we perform sometimes with the whole 6 members, sometimes with me, my brothers.
I can't get out of my chair half the time.
Jerry over here like, I ain't doing that shit.
I'm over here stuck to my chair, can't walk, and you talking about doing dances on stage, man.
We're still doing that thing though. Jerry's not into it yet because it's
so you saying you can't do this because you old?
Yo, you see this gray right here?
What that got to do with the tea in China?
Whatever.
Exactly.
Got time for that
you don't want to see me on stage trying to do that running man when hype start playing.
Hey, you can do this.
You can't do the running man, yo.
It's a bad look.
You need a physical therapist.
That's right. Jerry needs a physical therapist. We still perform the song. The 3 of us, we even do the Kid and Play kick step with that, the 3 of us. So
I like it.
We still performing and we still moving, you know what I mean? I'm only 29, so you know, I'm still virile and just having a great time. I'm still a big kid.
29 with your Bible. 29 with your Bible.
Exactly. Forever young.
Forever young. You're only as old as you feel, Jerry.
That's right.
Lou out here 29 and
that part.
And you out here 59 like running man. You know,
we'll definitely
you gotta get insurance plan. Who you got with health insurance? Because you need physical therapy. We don't need to.
We'll definitely get some shows and some performances together. We can't wait. It's rough too because everybody, you know, as time goes on, people have different lives and stuff. So all of us are kind of split up.
Right.
I mean, I live in New York. I'm out here in Florida somewhere. You know what I mean?
You in Florida and Lou, you where?
Well, me and my brothers, we live in Pennsylvania. You know, we're all spread out, and my cousins are in Florida as well. But you know, we still producing because we still doing tracks back. Me and Jerry's working on a new joint for us that we want to commemorate because the 30th anniversary of House Party. So we want to do a brand new song, and they're gonna re-release and make a big deal of it. The House Party soundtrack, which is on Geffen Motown Records, and then also celebrating the song "Ain't My Type of Hype" in its 30th anniversary as well, plus a new joint. So we'll be doing that also. Jerry is also a popular DJ in Miami, and he goes by the name of DJ Genius. So he's been rocking and rolling like that
DJ
also.
Genius? That's where you at. DJ Genius sitting in his chair. He's genius in his chair. Because he ain't getting up. So
I ain't getting up to move.
You sit down with DJ because you ain't getting up. I feel it.
Not getting up. Nah, yeah.
I think that's awesome. And you said this 30th anniversary tribute is coming out when? Like, listen, first of all,
before the year's over.
I do my age minus 30, and I'm like, well, shit, they were super seniors. God damn.
Yo, and we laugh at those memes because we see them. They always go viral. You know, I think one meme said, "Man, they're trying to make us believe that these guys are such and such in high school." That was hilarious.
Yeah.
You know?
It is, because that, first of all, it makes you very relevant, and you know that people are looking like this. Right.
30 years later. Yep.
30 years later, and I wasn't even in high school when this came out. So, you know,
wow,
that says a lot about what I was doing and what y'all was doing and what we were viewing as kids. 30 years, that's dope.
I was in high school.
So was I.
I might have been okay, so I might have been going on 14, which maybe I was entering 9th grade, but that's different. I was a kid.
Cracking jokes.
Interesting.
Old jokes. All right. I was literally in Bible school, Lou.
Wow. Me and you got to hook up. First revelation. We got that Bible vibe, baby.
We do not got that vibe.
No.
Oh, man.
No. I want to say before we let y'all do this was great. I appreciate it.
Look. Y'all need to do After Dark. Y'all need to do After Dark, our After Dark show, because it get crazy on there. Y'all in here cracking these jokes.
It's like that. That'll be fun. I'm down. I'm with that.
I mean, we know you ain't going nowhere, Jerry. It's Lou we got to catch up with.
You know where I'll be. As soon as you click the button, you'll be like, oh, hey, Jerry, same seat.
Same seat.
Look, Jerry, it's all good. We got the music. Look, you right over there with the music and the vinyl. You know, I'm over here with the vinyl and the music. It's all right. They can crack them jokes.
Let's go.
What is it? Is DJ Geriatric in Florida? I'm sorry, I forgot what it was.
that is definitely the new name. That's 2021. That's definitely the name of
That's 2021.
That's
definitely
DJ Geriatric on the beat, y'all.
For real.
Don't step on my blue suede shoes.
That's great.
Hilarious.
Oh, that's funny. I like that one.
Oh goodness.
We're gonna make that.
All right, so look, on that note, we appreciate you guys coming on. We appreciate everything you guys have done for the culture. I mean, it's a lot. Your guys, your history here. Your history. So definitely we appreciate you guys. And your everything as far as social media, what is it, just Full Force World, or is it all different as far as
it's Full Force World on Instagram, on Facebook it's Full Force, on Twitter is Full46, and then we each have our own individual social media handles. Baby Jerry, he's a DJ Genius. I don't think
gotta change it. I'm about to
DJ Genius on Instagram and Facebook. I'm Bowlegged Lou, but Facebook had to make me change to my birth name, so it's Lou George Jr. And my son is Lou George. He stole my name, but it's Lou George Jr. But in parentheses it says Bowlegged Lou. Well, you got my thing, Tamarisha, right?
I did.
Right.
Yes.
Make sure you go look at that video again, okay?
I am.
To the end.
Am.
Yeah. And make sure you send it to Latifah too.
I will for sure.
Right. And we're gonna post it in the group.
And DJ
Yes,
Gerry,
gonna post it in the
I'm gonna
group.
follow you on Facebook and Instagram. And
She think I'm not gonna change the
name change.
We got to make the name change happen for sure. I'm
You
serious.
said 2021. I'll be watching.
Got to do it.
I'll be watching.
Okay, so look.
Oh,
On our way out, and what we like to do when towards the end of the show, I'm going out. We like to ask the artist, and if you guys are up to it, is to take us out with something, with like a verse, our little song or something. You want to take us out with?
Go ahead.
We know Gerry ain't moving, so we're talking to Lou.
No. Gerry,
I'm about to take my second nap. Yeah.
Gerry,
he's about to go take his fish oil and his
Gerry, do your rap, and I'll come in with the hook.
Lou, I do not.
You just did it. You just did it last week, so don't lie.
I spoke it. I spoke it like a poet. I did not rap it.
You didn't do it along with the record? Yes, you did.
Oh, when we did that thing?
Pass the mic.
Yeah,
are you guys familiar with Pass the Mic series that they've done?
Yep.
Yes.
You are?
Yep. Are they coming back?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, which one did you see? The one with like Melissa Morgan and Philip Bailey, the R&B one, and then they did a hip hop one.
Hip hop.
I think I seen only the hip hop one. I didn't see Melissa on anything.
Yeah. So they had one with the R&B with Philip Bailey from Earth, Wind & Fire. It was great. Ray Parker. Then the hip hop one, of course, with LL Cool J, Run DMC, Dougie Fresh, all the East Coast rappers. So now we're going to be part of Pass the Mic Part 3, which will be with Full Force, New Edition, DVD, Fresh Band, Bobby Brown.
Tanisha, you hear that?
Fun.
Who else? SWV, TLC,
True.
Portrait. It's gonna be.
You when we asked you what you had going on, you failed to mention this shit.
You didn't say none of that.
I'm bringing that now because I wanted Gerry to do his rap, and then I'll close out with the hook. Go, Gerry.
Man.
All right, good.
At your age, I mean,
what you need? What do old people like?
Boy, she is messing with you with the old people thing, Gerry. She is getting you, brother.
Oh man, what do old people?
Come on. You want to beat in the background?
Oh, that's great.
Okay, Gerry, you look good. Yeah, you look good. Go.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, you look good, but do you cook good? Do you read, or is your brain like wood? Do you have sex, or do you make love? How do you live? Do you give it? Do you take love? Girl, you're so fine. Could you be mine, or do I slack in the back of a wick rack line? Girl, you look right, but that ain't my type of height.
Check it out. You look so good. Come on. I said, ain't my type of hot baby. Me and you is crazy. You look so fine. You look so fine. Ain't my type of hot baby. Ain't my type of hot. What's that? At your age.
Don't give Lou a stage. Lou about to find a stage. You see him moving?
I'm just getting busy.
First of all, at least Lou is walking the fuck around.
Man,
That's messed up.
the real reason.
What are you doing, geriatric?
The real reason I'm in the chair is because I ain't got no pants on. I'm doing the usual.
Hey, don't get up. Don't get up. Don't do a Keenan. Do not get up.
No. We just gonna let you
don't get up.
I digress from all of this.
Don't make me get up now.
Don't do a Keenan. Do not get up.
I'm good. All right, we good.
That is hilarious.
Too much fun, man. Too much fun hanging with y'all.
Listen. How's the pandemic treating you girls and your family and all that stuff?
First of all, I'm in Phoenix. It's hot as hell. The pandemic didn't have a chance. So yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I hear that. What about you, Latif?
That part. Look, I'm in Cali. Same thing.
Oh,
I'm in
damn.
Cali. It's
Y'all
hot.
did.
It's like
You
105 right now. So
I
You
don't know
ain't
what
near
well, Florida might be all right, but Philadelphia, no, we're not doing none of that.
Florida's crazy. Florida's crazy as usual. I don't even know what I'm doing here, man. These
What's the
people.
weather like though? Is it warm? Is it hot? Y'all got
Yeah,
hurricanes?
no, it's hot, but it's we still dealing with the pandemic over here. It's like places still
hurricane.
closed down. Yeah.
Oh.
It's,
What about you, Lou? What you got going on there in Pennsylvania?
Well, this slowly but surely. I mean, because listen, this is my first time I kind of went out and actually went to a breakfast spot where they're feeding people inside, but they're spacing out the tables and everything like that. Because I've been ever since the pandemic struck in March, I've been like the primary caretaker for my beloved mother, for our beloved mother, and so I've just been staying with her mostly, never hardly getting out. But now, as things are starting to loosen up, I'll be starting to get out. Because let me tell you something. I've been I think for for 4 months, man, it's just been very frustrating to me. So I can't wait. So I can't wait now to meet up because I'm a single man. So it's all good. So I can't wait to meet up with a dear friend of mine.
Christian Mingle.com chick.
No. So listen.
Exactly.
So listen. I can't wait. I can't wait to meet up with a dear friend of mine because of this pandemic. For the past 4 months, I've been saying I love you to my right hand. And now that's going to stop. And now that's going to stop.
So now your dear friend is going to take your right hand place.
Now that is going to stop. This damn pandemic.
Your right hand is going to be a woman now. Your right woman.
No, hell no. I'm going to have a real woman, damn it.
I said your right hand is going to become a woman. You're not going to use the right hand as a tool of
when you look at her, she had to even do the whole graphic action. What is up with you?
You started that shit though.
And Jerry,
you don't know who you messing with.
And Jerry, check it. It got me a little excited just now.
Oh, want me to do it again? Notice I had the two-hand action.
Is that how the after dark show is? Like that?
That's how the after dark is.
I like that.
You're gonna have to jump back on for that, Lou.
I feel like we making Jerry uncomfortable. Old people don't like this shit.
You youngins and you oversex.
I like oversex. I like oversex.
Oversex. Oh, okay.
All right. So look.
After dark. I'm gonna be inboxing you, Lou, and I'm gonna follow you.
That'd be funny.
All right, baby.
But too much fun with you guys, man. This was
so much fun. Thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you.
God bless you, bro.
For real.
Stay blessed. Take care.
Bye.
And listen.
All right, you guys stay safe. Thank you.
Wait. Oh, T, you coming?
Oh, wait, what did he say? He wanted to say something. Hold on. Let me add him back.
All I wanted to say to both of you was to just keep kicking some fucking ass.
Yes! I appreciate it. Thank y'all. Peace out.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Lou. Bye. Oh my goodness, that was so fun.
You gotta take them out the TV, La. There we go. Hey, I don't know about y'all, but that was absolute pure fun.
Absolute fun. We thank you guys for coming out, man. This was hilarious. This was hilarious.
They made it too easy.
You and Lou, y'all got jokes.
They made it too easy, guys. It was just too easy for me to just go in and do my thing. So yeah, I appreciate y'all.
Because you're the joke. You got the jokes up in here, and then you bring Lou in here. Like he got jokes. I was like, oh, this is so
It was so easy to just feed off of this guy and just, okay, so this is what we doing? Okay. All right, Bible study.
Look,
we gonna do that.
Look, Bible study. Wait, what you say? He was like this?
I just got these props just sitting around my house like. It's talking about he's studying the Bible. The show, yeah, all right.
The Bible of Lou. Look, the Bible of Bowlegged Lou.
Let's get on our knees and pray. Specifically, you, girl.
Yo. All right, look, we thank y'all for coming out today. It was fun. We had my whole face hurts from laughing.
It's amazing. So look, yes.
Today was fun. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. Y'all got to tune in tomorrow. Y'all got tomorrow.
Imagine we got this guy. I don't really know if y'all know him. I really don't know if anybody knows who this dude is. So, you can just tune in for this guy. His name is Anthony Hamilton. I don't really know, if anybody knows him besides me and Latifah. So, he's just a little small. My bad. No, but definitely tune in because he's huge. This is huge for us. This is huge for everybody else. To tune in and see Anthony Hamilton tomorrow for a short time special show.
Special edition. So make sure it's 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. Monday.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 p.m.
That part.
Pacific Standard Time.
So we're gonna see y'all tomorrow.
Listen, I'm always gonna shout out the Cash App. If y'all want to give us some lunch or something, Vinyl Conversations is our handle. We appreciate y'all. Peace.
Peace.
What?